What about now? Can you hear me now?
One you can guess.
Only one, always the same. What are you running away from?
Can you hear me now?
Turn your back to the front seat.
Ooh. What about now?
1975. It's the old story, had to be there. He was so alive. Everything wiped away. All the old conventions.
What you got going on?
And we were creating a new world. It was perfect.
Okay, a bit of hangover. Bit of hangover? I know that's right. What you was drinking on?
Good afternoon. It is said that the greatest public
What y'all drinking on?
is by gradual change, not rapid change, not a total lack of change, but gradual change. Well, in our recent time, the change has been so rapid it is upsetting. The cozy, familiar world is turned upside down.
You want to enjoy your day? I did. It was good.
Hollywood, California, 1975. The John Wayne westerns and big budget movies of old Hollywood are dead. Undone by television and a cynical public.
Must be a lot of
Going to Club Pillow the Rest.
Studios let go. If you're an independent filmmaker, that was your chance to run in and say, I've got one. Okay, make it. We don't know it works. The inmates were running.
I'm gonna party all night long.
We saw it opening.
Y'all party all night long.
We didn't say, oh, that's happening. Yeah, no. Well, that person said, no, go here. Well, wait, didn't he say yes to you? Ah, yeah, the envy, everything starts. So we were savage in that way.
One studio executive said it was like the ground was in flames and tulips were coming up at the same time.
Yeah, I got my little buzz.
To understand how we got here, just look at the journey of one actor who was at the center of this strange new world.
What you gonna do for New Year's?
He was at the top of his game.
What you gonna do for New Year's?
They called it New Type. It all started in the late 1960s when counterculture films like Easy Rider
Party like it's 1999.
There's excitement and passion in this stuff, and I think people can feel that.
Like it's 1999.
They're not like a chore to watch. You don't feel like you're eating your vegetables.
I am the motherfucking Shore Patrol, motherfucker! I am the motherfucking Shore Patrol! Give this man a beer.
Jack wanted to reflect on the times they were living in. Deglamorizing American life was a motivating factor. It's like the veneer was taken off. And Jack was kind of the leader of that parade.
By the mid-70s, Jack was being offered roles that few actors would ever turn down, like the leads in The Godfather and The Sting.
Yes, that's true. And I think I
What's
have
up, Gump?
business acumen to know that
You are going to be famous. Am I?
Godfather are going to be huge hits. At the same time, I happen to think
Maybe one day.
Chinatown was the more interesting of the films.
Chinatown starts as a typical detective story. But the deeper it goes, the more rotten things become.
You're a very nosy fella, Kitty Cat, huh?
Chilling like a villain.
Mr. Nosy Fellas? Huh? We're writing the script here, and during those 8 weeks we were bombarded by all
Damn.
the media.
So then you think, I know that's right.
going on.
Damn. I like it. I like
You
it.
see, it all happened at the beginning of the war here.
That's what's up. Damn. I can't wait. I can't wait.
The attitudes of 1960s
You about to see Cindy Lou? Cindy Lou.
understand the event and cast a
Still scraping on bottles. Prison cheeks, prison cheeks, prison cheeks. Mm-mm-mm. Hey, prison cheeks, I bet you want to meet me in real life, don't you? Prison cheeks, I bet you want to meet me in real life, don't you? Something's wrong with you, guy. I bet you want to meet me in real life, don't you? Cause you got a pretty mouth, boy. You got a pretty mouth, boy. Where you at? No cat. That is stupid. Shut up. Lord have mercy. Man, I had to turn the heat back on. Boy, it's cold outside, though. Go ahead. Boy, you got a pretty mouth. I was seeing Doughboy Pops at the gas station. I was seeing Doughboy Dad at the gas station.
That underneath the American dream, whether in sunny Los Angeles
Yep.
or suburbs of Washington, D.C., a darkness was lurking.
It's also wrong.
He said Doughboy,
It's getting worse.
I know you, Lord have mercy.
In essence, life has become a thriller.
I know he said Doughboy,
obviously,
talking about that country
in the
thing.
case of Watergate, it was real.
Yeah, he said around this time when he started.
According to well-placed White House sources, privately confirming stories carried in today's Washington Post, the Watergate break-in.
I don't know how you can stay away from him. You stay right behind him.
Talk of presidential impeachment no longer sounds like idle chatter, but I welcome this kind of examination because people have got to know.
Stay right behind him. Well, temporarily.
None of the signals
He stayed around.
I'm hearing from your John Wayne
Goddamn, prison
parents
cheeks.
about who the good guys are.
Goddamn, prison cheeks, better ease up.
The national heroes of that year.
Ram Williamson.
Courtesy of
Not Ram. I'm not about no water.
They were
Don't get no word about me, boy. I might put you under. Nah, I'm playing.
President's men was a happy ending or a happy resolution.
No, not really. That's a lie.
My God, the good guys won. Nixon was out. Justice was
Showed you the text.
And then, of course, justice started to unravel.
My fellow Americans, our long national
America,
nightmare
America.
is over.
No, not.
But the nightmare was just beginning. Imagine how the audience would feel if the typewriter kept going.
With respect to my predecessor, I, Gerald R. Ford, do grant
I'll be a
a
cupcake.
full, free, and absolute pardon unto Richard Nixon.
He thinks that he is giving the American people this wonderful gift.
Why are you doing it? How much better can you
Mr.
buy
Winner.
already?
It said something to him about it because he told me the same shit. Okay. For sure.
They could say, well, that was cruising, that was broken. It's the same thing all these young directors are saying.
But you know, I talked to both of them and I don't know. What up, Sco? I hope you had a great day. What up, Napster? What up, Napster? What up, Napster?
You got power, control, you think you have a vote, you think you're in a democracy, you think justice wins, and truth prevails, and love conquers all. It doesn't.
Who's Ice Storm in Michigan? Power lines don't down everywhere. Damn, so y'all losing power?
Chinatown is not Chinatown. Chinatown is America.
So y'all losing power?
Message is that the bad guys tend to win.
As America awoke on January 1st, 1975, would they fight back?
Take us Chinatown.
Thank God I still have power.
1975 was the peak year of that you could really give people a bummer movie and they would flock to go see it. Like one of the most popular movies, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Hey, sweetie, I got us a babysitter. We're going to go out to see, take a dinner and a movie. And the movie we're going to see is about a statutory rapist that fakes his way into an insane asylum. He helps this weird shy kid get laid. And then he helps an American Indian And then at
but
the end,
about
the
to
weird
do a
shy
dance
kid,
for you. Go. Appreciate it. Let's
kills
go.
himself, he gets lobotomized, this evil nurse is still in control.
Birthday
and
dabs.
the
Let's take
American
birthday
Indian becomes a
dabs.
fugitive. And that was a fun night at the movies.
Birthday dabs.
Movies in 1975 were a perfect distraction from the chaos of the real world.
The day of the Lord.
And if you walked into a theater on New Year's Day, you were probably there to see The Godfather Part 2. But if you were just looking for something fun, you had a few options, including Young Frankenstein,
Mel
or
Brooks.
The
He's
Man with the
alive.
Golden Gun,
He's
or
alive.
Benji.
Benji. That's one of my
If
favorite
you were
movies.
worried about society's impending collapse,
Benji. I
you
love
might
movie
find
Benji.
yourself watching. New Hollywood may have been at its peak, but at the time there was an
That was New
alternate golden
Hollywood?
age of the disaster film.
The kids had a good Christmas.
You know, Hackman dies at the end. People forget that. So it's the tough movie. It's not at all a feel-good movie.
Post-Watergate, optimism becomes cynicism, is what happens. And Hollywood is reflective of that shift.
You got a fire here! Why the urgency?
Urgency? Hey, Doug, if that fire was caused by fluky wiring in this building, we could get fires breaking out everywhere.
Doug, I think you're overreacting.
He wasn't.
It's an everyday.
The Side Adventure or
It's an
The Tower
everyday
Inferno.
thing.
The truth exists outside the theater, right?
When you let your hand.
The fact is, New York City is bankrupt.
The political system doesn't seem.
We need more food reviews, something unique or out of the norm, or even oxtails.
75 was the year the money ran out.
I don't eat oxtails.
After decades of deficit spending, New
I
York
don't
City
do
found
oxtails.
itself unable to continue to
I
borrow
thought about
money
trying some though, but I don't do
and unable
oxtails.
to pay its bills.
I be hearing people talking about oxtails are good, but for some reason I don't like
The city
oxtails.
was at its worst. So the garbage built up. Is it nice? No, but it's New York. I wasn't observing, oh, here's a change in our society. That was a society. That's who we are.
How do you start,
Why do you kill the cans?
yo man, I swear I'm not going back here anymore after this. This is my last visit for a while. Why you say that? Why is your last visit?
How has the financial crisis affected your work?
I lost all faith in the job. How can you work, and you don't know whether you're gonna get paid on Friday?
Well, I said that I thought default was a little bit like stepping into a warm bath and slashing your wrist. You really might not feel anything the moment you did it, but you would begin to die right then and there.
But it wasn't only New York City. This was a national crisis.
People grew up believing that America's prosperity would last forever.
Matches? Yeah, matches.
You know, just for example, the idea that there could be an energy shortage that just did not compute.
In response to U.S. support for Israel, Arab nations had imposed an oil embargo. For the first time since World War II, gasoline rationing returned to the U.S.
I don't think it should be. Not in the United States.
About 34? That's back today.
Runs on energy. Oil production is going down, down, down. No energy, no job.
Both unemployment and inflation were close to 10% and rising.
Oh, he talking about his visiting his daughter. That's my homeboy. He from the neighborhood. That's my homie I grew up with. He talking about coming here to visit his daughter and stuff. His wife, I guess.
Delivered his State of the Union message today, and it was one of the gloomiest.
I mean, I know that's what he talking about. Yeah, some family stuff.
Has delivered in a long time.
And I must say to you that the State of the Union is not good.
Nobody could predict what would happen next.
Yeah, he talking about some family issues, something he got, personal issues. It was cool. It was alright.
The first
Ate good.
comes. Hey folks, this really happened.
Seen some family, you know, the normal. The normal.
We're having a tough time keeping up with reality.
Your kids had a good Christmas?
Maybe that's why we're so interested in doing movies about actual events that did happen.
I always loved something based on a true story. Pacino running in the bank and sliding. That's human. This is what it was for him. The desperation was real.
Right now I can see it.
Who is it?
Cops.
Caps. Damn.
And then people are cheering for him because they hate the cops. And they're like, yeah, stick it to the man.
Sonny, you're on the air. Would you mind answering a few questions for us?
Yeah?
Why are you doing this?
For the people.
What? I don't know what you mean by that. I'm robbing a bank because they got money here. That's why I'm robbing.
No, what I mean is, why do you feel you have to steal for money?
Yeah.
Get a job?
Grandma and Grandpa got them way too much toys, don't even know where to put half of it. We ended up getting sick, so we had to go home early. Damn.
My father and 9 other people. See, we're dying.
I'm dying here. I'm dying here.
How much you make a week? That's what I wanted to
Ladies and
do.
gentlemen, our conference has been temporarily interrupted. Please stand by. We will attend to it.
It's all corroding
What's
inside.
up?
It's everywhere.
Everybody got sick. Jeez.
How do you answer that? Want to work uptown tonight? South Bronx, Harlem?
We'll work anytime, anywhere.
America was becoming isolated from itself. There was an epidemic of runaways and divorces. Families were becoming strangers. From this fracture emerged one of the 70s most iconic characters.
Yeah, I forgot to take my. That's why I know I had some scratch off. I should have took to the store and cashed up. Cash up my scratch. I'll do that later on.
Felt it.
This has followed me my whole life. Everywhere. Bars and cars.
Bars and cars.
Stores, everywhere. There's no escape. God is only man.
I felt it was
That
the
good.
underground man. The underground man that's going to seep up now. You've been holding him or her back.
I bet they never will.
War.
People were living under it. New York was that horrible place.
How do you make a movie when your heart is already broken? You're in hell and you go lower?
You're in hell, and you're gonna die in hell like the rest of us.
What you see in the film is what I live with all the time. You cannot connect. It's alienation. Being cut off from other people. In the most popular city in the world, he explodes.
I'm dying. I'm dying. Someday a railway will come and wash all the scum off the streets.
And in the skyscrapers above Manhattan, another film showed that the madness was spreading.
How do you do, Mr. Deal? I must make my witness. Sure thing, Mr. Deal. I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. I want you
What's up, Josiah?
up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now.
How you doing, Josiah?
Go to the window. Open
What's good?
it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as bad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore. I want you to get up right now. Stick your head out the window, open it, and stick your head out and keep yelling and yell, I'm as mad as hell. I'm not gonna take this anymore. I'm not gonna take it anymore.
I really wanna get some bad ideas in my head. I just...
What the hell?
The film can either put you to sleep nicely,
called?
And I'm interested in the Wake You Up part.
My favorite flavors, vanilla and strawberry. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, this is regular vanilla.
Films like John Carpenter's
Damn.
Assault on Precinct 13 put the nation's anxieties on the screen. It was said that there was more violent crime on the streets than any time since the 15th century.
What's up, Sarah Carol? Oh,
What do you want me to call the cops?
Well, cops don't do nothing.
chilling. Can't call it. How you doing?
They marched in the streets and took self-defense classes.
It was the period when we first started getting the urban vigilante.
The police need help. Why don't we form some sort of a citizens action group? It's a dirty word.
Pretty good, pretty good.
But if we have to protect ourselves, let's do it. Vigilantes are necessary.
There was a slew of vigilante movements. One person taking on.
Pretty good, pretty good. What's up, Hadley?
You talking to me? What do you think you're talking?
Get that back, you son of a bitch. Try it.
There was this sense of like, we've all gone too far. We're coddling the criminals. Somebody's working off their anger.
Anyone doing anything?
The Broncos, the Broncos
One
versus the
thing
Chiefs.
about the films, Revenge-o-matics.
Yeah, I seen it.
This is the story of a man
She gonna eat pizza or something?
to clean up the most violent town in the world.
Chiefs fan.
Kind of a throwaway movie with this kind of B-list star Charles Bronson, who plays
Did they win?
architect who's liberal, and his wife and daughter are raped and murdered.
What do you want? Don't jive, mother. You know what you want.
He literally
Don't jive, mother. You know
goes
what I
to a
want.
western ghost town and learns to be a John Wayne-like Avenger.
Hey.
Comes back to New York and begins shooting criminals.
You sad.
People see it again and again and again. The theater would erupt in cheers.
What would you do? What would you do? Would you do what Charles Bronson does in Death Wish? Perhaps.
Death Wish wasn't that extreme. There was clean violence. When I shot a man, he was shot.
Sounds good.
That was here. You know what's frightening to me? I saw a cartoon roadrunner last week. With none of the girl. They dropped a rock on the wolf or the coyote, and he goes flat. That is shocking to me. This is really violence to me.
But who does he kill? He killed the right people. And so he's perceived to be a hero, even though he clearly is everything but a hero.
The thing that 70s Hollywood was missing, with this energy of challenging corruption and
Don't be sad.
capturing the national mood and responding to the times, was black people. I think people just got tired because there wasn't enough variety in films.
I don't like movies when they don't have no niggas in them. There's a movie in the future called Love and Crime. Ain't no niggas in it. I said, well, white folks ain't planning for us to be here. That's why we gotta make movies.
So they did.
The blaxploitation thing, that was an accident. Another Valpigos comes along with this $150,000 movie that he scraped together, and they make $16 million. They go, wait a minute. And then they found that they had a whole other audience, and they would say it was a whole urban audience of blacks, but everybody was in that theater. There were white guys, and a bunch of Jewish guys all the time, and the Puerto Rican guys, you know, and it was like, yo, man, that flick is on.
Sweet Sweetback's badass song became the largest grossing independent film ever made. Hollywood learned that success is not black or white. It's green. was so successful, it saved MGM from bankruptcy.
Superfly knocked The Godfather out of the top spot of the box office. That's an amazing feat.
A lot of the time it was crime and sex, which was thrilling for a while, but I think people kind of got tired of shooting and fighting.
It's a mistake to assume that blaxploitation is a genre. It's many genres.
On one hand, you had Blackula. On the other, kitchen sink dramas like Cooley High.
Cooley High.
I had my ass listening to class all this week. And ain't nothing new.
It was a coming of age story. I want to make something out of my life, but I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't have a clue. That's who my character was. He saw beyond the hood. And he was going to get what he was going to get, and nothing was going to stop him.
This wasn't exploitation. Like the rest of New Hollywood, many black films were reflecting a nation on edge.
Praise the Lord! Praise the Lord!
And the most explosive voice in America belonged to a comedian.
He was originally someone who was trying to imitate Bill Cosby, but when he started to find his own voice, he became a cultural phenomenon.
Every time you read a paper, nigga accidentally shot 22 times in the face. I mean, how do you accidentally shoot a nigga 8 times in the chest? You know, the guy goes, well, Judge, Your Honor, it just fell down and went crazy, Your Honor.
He was a great kind of
What's up, Jace?
but in reverse.
Cereal or milk
He was
first?
showing
I
white
don't
people
care, either or.
what they look like to him.
I put my
I
cereal
think you're
first.
probably pretty ready for the show. We got one more kind of psychological test we always do here. It's just a word association. I'll throw you out a few words. Anything comes to your mind, just throw it back at me, okay? White, black, Negro,
Cracker.
tar baby.
In 1975, liberal communities across the country tried to promote racial integration by busing black students into white schools. But not everyone was on board.
The most visible anti-busing figure is Sue Connor, a suburbanite.
Matthew Connor.
I'm not a racist, I'm not a bigot. But if I were, it's unimportant.
Colored.
Redneck.
Jungle bunny.
Pack of wood.
Pack of weed.
Who are going to live like going to war?
You can't get an education and watch your back at the same time.
Bird hat. Cracker. Jungle bunny. Hungry. Nigger. Dead hungry.
Yeah.
I think you're qualified for this job. How about a starting salary $5,000? Your mama.
After Richard's appearance on Saturday Night Live, he's the hippest cultural figure in existence at that moment. He's able to take volatile topics and make people laugh at them.
But there was one topic nobody wanted to talk about. In 1975, the only on-screen critique of Vietnam was a sitcom about Korea.
Impossible. My latest intelligence map shows there are no enemy units in your sector. You are not being shelled, young man.
The TV series MASH was a spin-off of Robert Altman's black comedy of the same name.
I can't really see it. It's like the Mississippi River down there.
I wanted it to be about the Vietnam War, but they were adamant that it couldn't be that. So they saw the picture cut together, they made us put a little disclaimer to say that this was in Korea.
MASH, even though it's not set in Vietnam, everyone knew what they were talking about.
War isn't hell. War is war and hell is hell. And of the two, war is a lot worse.
It took a long time till Vietnam movies started to kick in. People did not want to deal with it.
For the first 15 years of the war, only one Vietnam film had come out of Hollywood.
Hooray!
John Wayne took a different angle than MASH.
Why is the United States waging this ruthless
Green
war?
bricks.
Communist domination of the world.
Nobody could believe that film. I mean, we laughed at it when we saw it. And it was all lies, all lies. I mean, the concept that we're winning.
John Wayne, he represented that it was okay to be in Vietnam. That was the worst thing he did, in our opinion. People my age had to go and die.
It really was an ugly war. We were bombing the shit out of everybody. We were spending a fortune. My first wound came from an asshole sergeant who threw a grenade, and he didn't throw it far enough.
Americans were deeply divided over the war, and Hollywood was no different. The 1975 Academy Awards, that divide took center stage. The hosts and presenters that night were a who's who of old Hollywood royalty. As they passed the torch to the next generation of filmmakers, the viewing public got a taste of how each really felt about the other.
Fear that the Academy Award doesn't mean anything anymore. There's just something just so grotesque about it. The beauty pageants, they're demeaning somehow. They really showed the worst aspect of this country, I think.
And contrary to what Dustin Hoffman thinks, it is not an obscene evening. It is not garish, and it is not embarrassing.
Finally, the generational battle came to a head at an unlikely moment.
For feature-length documentaries, the winner is Hearts and Minds.
Columbia Pictures had refused to release Hearts and Minds. Its focus on the human cost of the war was too controversial.
The planes again. That is the bomb crater. The bomb struck there and destroyed everything I had.
It is ironic that we are here just before Vietnam is about to be liberated. I will now read a short while that I've been asked to read by the Vietnamese people. Please transmit to all our friends in America our recognition of all that they have done on behalf of peace. Greetings of friendship to all the American people. Thank you very much.
Obviously, it was extremely tense. We all kind of held our breath.
Bert Schneider, who produced Easy Rider, Schneider was one of the most radical. They scandalized the Academy. The Academy was a very conservative organization. You know, they didn't want somebody on stage saying stuff like that.
All hell broke loose backstage as John Wayne and Sinatra confronted Bert Schneider.
I wanted that backstage. I saw Sinatra walk by me, and I just moved out of the way because I didn't know what to do back there. I could feel the chill.
Bob Hope insisted on a retraction from the Academy.
The Academy is saying, quote, "We are not responsible for any political references on this program, and we are sorry that they had to take place this evening."
3 weeks later, as the North Vietnamese surrounded Saigon, Armed Forces Radio played White Christmas, which meant
that all Americans are to be evacuated immediately.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas.
And then it was a mad dash with a waiting helicopter.
Probably the most terrifying experience that I've ever gone through.
was sad and tragic in many respects. But the United States is strong militarily, despite our current problems, and we want any potential adversaries to know that we will stand up to it.
Now stand aside, worthy adversary. 'Tis but a scratch. A scratch? Your arm's off. There it is. Well, what's that then? I've heard worse. You lie. Come on, you pansy.
But just 2 weeks after the fall of Saigon, an American container ship, the Mayaguez, was seized by communist forces in Cambodia. It triggered a massive U.S. military response. The Ford administration was determined to prove that America was still a force to be reckoned with.
Just a fish move.
In the aftermath, the ship was saved, and Ford's popularity skyrocketed.
The overwhelming support of the public is United Present.
Right, I'll do you for that. Oh, what? Come here. What are you going to do, bleed on me?
But like much of the Vietnam War, the truth was more complex.
It's quite explicit. We have the notes of the NSC meetings, and Henry Kissinger saying things like, we need to kick ass somewhere, and it doesn't matter if it's real, we just have to show that America can't be messed with.
Of course, everything backfired.
Look, chat.
We lost a lot of Marines for nothing. It was a mess.
But it's celebrated in the media as if it's the Battle of the Bulge. American military narcissism that's very worse. It's madness.
What? We're coming to draw.
A few months later, as the real story emerged, many Americans began to wonder who they could trust.
Trust is not having to guess what a candidate means. Trust must be earned.
Neither the cherry bombs of a misguided prankster, nor all the memories of recent years can keep the people and their president apart. When the limousine can parade openly through the streets of Dallas, there's a change that's come over America. After a decade of tension, the people and their president are back together again.
Then came the two assassination attempts. In Sacramento, it was a member of the infamous Manson gang, Squeaky Fromm. In San Francisco, a shot was actually fired.
The guy's distinguished by the fact that he faced 2 assassination attempts within 3 weeks of each other. That kind of says it all.
In 1975, political violence was shockingly common, and there was one assassination that was still at the forefront of the American mind.
This is Dealey Plaza in Dallas. On the 22nd day of November 1963, a shot rang out.
In the 12 years since the Kennedy assassination, many had questioned the official account of the lone gunman. Geraldo Rivera broke the story wide open when he played the Zapruder film on national television for the first time.
And as you can see, the head is thrown violently backwards.
It was really awful to see Kennedy's head blown off. But it was important that made me see the world in another way.
The release of the film reignited questions over his death, furthering distrust of the official account, and raising suspicions about other assassinations.
Where were you when Kennedy got shot?
It's Kennedy.
Many now suspect that the thread that binds the crimes together is a series of conspiracies, perhaps even one giant conspiracy.
Since the assassination, 6 of these people have died in some kind of an accident. And whoever killed them is going to try to kill me.
Hey.
When I make a film, I am not interested, basically, in how people perceive it.
I'm interested in telling the truth.
Warren Beatty had one of the most politically charged voices in Hollywood. Someone who was both a sex symbol and antagonist to Richard Nixon.
The Parallax View, for instance, you know, where Warren Beatty is a reporter who uncovers this political assassination plot. The paranoia was justified. What once seemed far-fetched, in this moment, actually is coming to light as completely real.
It's a very important subject. The entire reopening on the entire fabric of the last 25 years of our life.
Not long after, Seymour Hersh at the New York Times reported that the CIA had been spying on anti-war Americans for years. Liberal Senator Frank Church took it upon himself to investigate.
There has never been a full public accounting of domestic intelligence operations. Therefore, this committee has undertaken such an investigation.
There was a sense of dread that the government had become too powerful, that there were dark forces out there being unleashed by the government. That just snowballed from there.
Look at that. Holy shit.
Over the next several months, the nation was riveted as the Church Committee revealed, for the first time, secrets about foreign assassinations, the drugging of American citizens, and the wiretapping of civil rights leaders.
Now we're getting the truth about some truly wicked stuff. Everything that we were against is actually stuff we're also doing. Hey, listen, you got the chance.
Films like The Conversation and 3 Days of the Condor showed that the paranoia was real.
3 Days of the Condor, about the CIA killing people, came out right as the hearings were going on. Hell, it's really eerie.
Saying not getting caught in a lie is the same thing as telling the truth.
I think of the Church Committee as kind of the end of the 60s. What institutions can you trust to do the right thing?
If this government ever became a tyranny, if a dictator ever took charge in this country, the technological capacity that the intelligence community has given the government could enable it to impose total tyranny. And there will be no way to fight back.
Welcome to the testing room of the Parallax Corporation's Division of Human Ingenuity.
What happened to our country?
A certain idealism, a certain hope that we thought that we had, that was extinguished.
Were we living the American dream or an American nightmare?
Wow, everything is wrong. I need to start over. What we inherited from our parents is not useful to us, and we don't really have anything to replace it with.
The era, as one author theorized, was post-everything and pre-nothing. For many people, the only way out was in.
I think the ultimate text of the 1970s is Jonathan Livingston Seagull. It's about a seagull who breaks away from the pack, who can be an individual and who can soar and fly. And it was a massive, I saw it made into a movie.
Jonathan Livingston Seagull, you do not fly as we fly. You are henceforth and forever outcast.
It's the idea that self-actualization is about removing yourself from the community. If the community
Was creating war.
paid a
things
higher
to do.
price
Well,
for
that's the
freedom
time
than
it
the
is.
other
You don't want to wait until it's like, hey, she lost some stuff. I think you want to leave when you're here and you just, get the things that you want. And so I had even before the
And the key
chef,
cruise chef was that
showed everybody quit the job now, but
if the people see there's invisible with them, don't tell them it's not there.
But I had, even before the
Build an
pandemic,
invisible
been in
bridge.
conversations about like doing my own show, because I came from having my own show. And then I had lip service. So I always wanted to go back to having my own show. And I'm gonna be honest, we didn't get it up so early.
What time y'all have to wait? What time is it?
I would wake up at 4 a.m.
Dang.
And when I tell you my life was miserable just from that. It was nice to be done but it's like just really
Yeah, you did that 10 years.
I did that for 12 years.
12 years. What do you do, like, after you get off work? Like, what did your day look like? Was your man Robert Whitford, Robert, do you know BT? That's your question. You like me? Next level, somebody got you messed up. Come and get it off your mind. Catch us in the day. Turn us up while you in traffic slide. Welcome to the greatest show on earth. Yes, ball alert. Yes, the ball alert. Yes, ball alert. Welcome to the greatest show on earth. Yes, ball alert. Yes, ball alert. Yes, ball alert.
When teens were just teens back in '62.
Broadcast live with the Naval Law Firm Studios. I go by the name Ferrari Simmons. I go by the name, BT, the Ball Alert Show. Angela E in the building. Finally. Yes.
Yeah, but that's
We gotta go.
it's the first time y'all asked me. Talk about finally.
Well, nah, this is great. First of all,
It might be the fast food organization, but it's also, you can kind of see it.
Nah, but like, I feel like it's great to see an example of so on the radio.
What up, Liam?
Get there, get that day accomplish all these things, right? And see a path. And I said, okay, it's possible to accomplish these things.
Oh,
How you
yeah,
doing?
I never even thought that happened. I was not expecting. And then, of course, we got into it. If I could slide it down.
It's kind of like, I feel like it's kind of like relations for the both of them.
Yes, no, but it's still an amazing deal. And we did celebrate like the following year. I went to the church. But it was an interesting time. Ray J inducted us.
Oh, that's crazy. How's that?
We asked him to, because Ray J's like,
He was the one that kind of set it off.
when the Breakfast Club first started, that interview with Ray J was kind of what got us, it's hard to break through, especially we started Justin Bieber on the Breakfast Club. And so it took a while for people to even know that we were there. Because there's so much going on, people like used to listen to certain stations. You know what it's like when there's a legacy station that's been somewhere forever, to train people to change